I swear, if this thing disconnects me one more time.
I'm ready to take off the headphones.
Yo. Ow.
Notice that the regular cards have a butthole.
It's the tailpipe. Where the tailpipe's supposed to go.
That doesn't make it any better.
The penguins lives in Mario Party sure had them.
Good suit.
Yeah, in the original N64 game, if you went on the bobsled minigame, the penguins actually had it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was common for the Japanese to actually do that.
I remember there was one Super Sentai season I saw where one of them had a mermaid behind them, and they actually showed the tits.
That was perfectly timed, that green shell behind.
Not to mention, this was actually.
I didn't see ya.
Not to mention, this was back in 1985 in Japan.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was common for them to actually show some of that stuff because it was normal.
Like,
Oh,
child
crap.
watching?
He's really got. Oh, shoot.
I mean, they didn't start toning it down until after it started becoming near national with the Power Rangers.
I'll tell you one thing, I actually hate
You mean the Pop Star intro season that they are doing?
the 46 season video one.
Was it Doran Brothers or something like that it's called?
Dawn Brothers. The Dawn Brothers.
I like.
And back to form.
My favorite is Go Kaiger.
Oh, I loved the fuck out of that season so much.
I know, they made the Sentai anniversary really special with that one.
It's just a shame what America did to it.
I know. It's a travesty.
Worst of all, the director of the America version didn't even care about it when he was doing it. That's the worst part.
I even watched the 10-year later version movie.
Of Gokaiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has been 10 years since they did that.
And now Marvelous canonically has lost an eye.
To officially make him a pirate.
Yep.
Like, there are just so many things I love about that season.
Oh, no doubt.
I gotta stop doing that.
The legacy of bringing back a lot of the veterans there was definitely a huge part of it.
Oh yeah. Especially the very first red. You see just how much that this series has aged.
Yeah, plus I think one of the best characters they brought in was, of course, Bosco, the rival of the Gokaigers.
He was sure something.
Yeah, I mean, he's just started out doing things just solely to get like to the treasure first, and then he was doing things for his own self-based interests.
Yeah.
It's just a shame that they didn't do that for the American version, was give him a proper rival to work with.
Exactly.
And there's the train.
Woo!
Okay, neither one of those worked. Okay, fine, have the green shell.
I mean, I know that Dawn Brothers can also change the past Rangers, but I'm just not feeling it. I just feel like
Come
that
on,
whole
I was just
season-
right there.
I just feel like that whole season was just rushed.
Isn't the new Super Sentai season like the first time a man was actually the pink one?
Yes.
Mmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's never been a Pink Ranger other than just like the pink variants that they did in Gokaiger.
Which I thought was cursed back then.
Well, I mean, you know why they did it. They wanted to do it as like tributes to their Pink Ranger at the time there, especially.
Oops! I didn't mean to pick the Toad Circuit again.
You matched just like I did, didn't you?
Nope, I wasn't paying attention.
For me, despite what people say about the season there, I still like Go Onger a lot.
People
That's
don't
actually
like Go
one of-
Onger?
I actually like it, yes.
No, people don't.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Go Onger because it's not one of the more serious seasons.
In comparison to Power Rangers RPM.
But in one episode, doesn't the Green Ranger literally get shot with a shotgun?
What?
Oh, what now?
I remember
Which-
seeing a clip of Go Onger. It had something to do with like Santa or something like that, where he gets shot with a shotgun. The Green Ranger in suit, of course, so he doesn't die.
That year was a special.
It probably was a
Which
special because it
was-
had Santa in it.
I mean, for the main series itself, I've never seen an episode where they went into like the Santa land. I know that. It was definitely in the crossover movie with Shinkenger that they did.
That was probably then. Now, why do I keep doing that?
Now, if you want to see a Ranger actually die from gunshots, watch Battle Fever.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
I did too, actually. I'm surprised he was also Middle Ranger, Go Ranger.
I saw a compilation of all the deaths in Super Sentai.
So did I, but for me, it only went to Tuck Ranger.
A decent majority of them, though, apparently just were resurrected anyway. So
Yeah. Remember the infamous yellow form from Bioman?
Yeah, the Yellow Ranger, of course, was the first ever death of a team member during the middle of the series there.
like I know Gal Ranger had team members die, but they just came back.
Four of them. Blue, black, yellow, and white.
Yep.
Now that had to be shocking for the audience back then. Not to mention, you saw Blue's helmet straight up melted.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows how much more violent the Sentai's original was, but which makes it more captivating to watch as opposed to like the American's counterparts. And yep, Blue Shell.
Just how many American Rangers have died?
Only one, actually.
One, yes, that was Kendrick's.
Hendrix from Lost
Kendrick.
Galaxy. Because
And
her
that only
actress,
happened because their actress was diagnosed with
leukemia.
cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, leukemia.
Well, yeah, the original actress, of course, was overcoming cancer. She survived that ordeal there, but she couldn't continue on with the series because of that.
I wouldn't blame her.
But it was a smart move using actually a veteran Power Rangers character in the form of Astronema.
Yeah, give her a good redemption arc.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely the perfect opportunity for him to do the replacement with her for that.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
just how-
currently binging Kyoryuja, which was Dino Charge.
Yeah, Dino Charge's original form.
I'm on 38 right now.
Just how many Power Rangers villains have had redemption arcs, honestly?
Not sure.
Yeah, it's hard to say, actually.
I know it's a ton of them.
If I had to pick,
Oh, yeah.
if I had to
Oh, yeah,
pick
Rick
between
is-
choosing to watch Megaforce or the current Sentai series, I'd rather watch the current Sentai series.
I suppose so.
Yeah, Rancic had a
Yeah.
good redemption
Rancic
arc.
from Time Force had a redemption arc with Wild Force. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, with that crossover.
Yeah, the crossover they did.
Yep.
I think the last good America season was actually RPM.
It was, yes. Because that's when they transferred ownership over to Nickelodeon and Bandai.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
was
fan,
not. I was not a
suppose.
fan of Samurai.
Samurai wasn't that bad.
It's actually the
It's
first
not.
season
It's
I
not
actually
bad compared to
watched.
the later seasons.
And here's the interesting thing to know. People actually love the Sentai original the most out of all the Sentai series.
What, Shinkenger?
And Kenja's their #1 favorites.
Well, it does have a really catchy theme song.
Well, not just that. Their story is like the best of the series by far. That's why people love it so much.
I'll probably take a look at it after.
Sort of like a revisit, yeah. And what also made the season unique is that they did the first ever crossover with the Kamen Riders.
Yeah.
Because Decade, of course, transferred himself into the Sentai world.
I tried watching Decade.
To me, Decade is along the lines of a Gokaiger, but Gokaiger is far better than Decade in my mind.
It sounded like you just said Dick Anus.
No. Just hit the fence pole.
Well, that threw me off completely, late. I tried watching Build, I tried watching Device, I tried watching Decade. Only lasted 1 episode each.
Only
Build
Kamen
is
Rider-
actually one of the best seasons they did of Kamen Rider. Because it gets a lot more captivating to watch as the series progresses. For me, one of the more engaging ones I saw was Game.
The samurai inspired one.
It was the one where they used fruits as their motif.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was engaging to watch.
I'll probably take a look at that one.
Let me see
The
what
only-
else I'm thinking of here.
Yeah, the only Kamen Rider series I seen was the Americanized version of Dragon Knight.
Yep, Dragon Knight, which was Ryuki in the original.
Surprised they actually did that.
Beetleborgs.
The interesting thing is that they didn't do too bad a job of doing a Kamen Rider transfer. It just didn't catch on the way Power Rangers did at the time.
I loved Beetleborgs as a kid.
I watched that too.
I'm sure you remember they actually reused the Beetleborg assets in Wild Force when they did the Forever Red episode.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
What it
I
was?
knew they looked familiar.
Yeah.
I knew those suits looked familiar.
Yeah, the 4 generals, there were actually Beetleborg costumes.
Yeah, I know the green one was. I recognize that one.
Wow.
Yeah, all 4 of them were. So it was one way to recycle assets there to create new enemies out of it.
I really enjoyed the Beetleborg series. I even had the movie where they went from the old costumes to the new costumes. I used to have that movie on VHS, but VHS is,
Dead.
yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing about today is that they can actually transfer that data over into digital.
Well, I don't have the VHS anymore.
Well, I know you don't have VHS. I mean it's probably you can find on YouTube.
When VHSs died, pretty much, my parents just like either donated or gave away the VHSs we had.
I still have mine.
Because my parents were like, okay, well, it's out of date, it's no use for it anymore, or it's near broken, so we might as well just, get rid of it.
For me, there's actually some stuff worth holding on to because it's going to be a long time before they ever get renewed.
Matt, you just killed a red shell that was meant for Doma. And now I'm fucked. Oh, really? The blue shell had to hit me too. Okay.
I heard that TV behind got changed to TV at 9.
You mean of TV shows?
For the fan subs.
Ah. Here's the interesting... Go ahead.
It's the sub that when they change, it shows fancy subtitles. Yeah, that one.
Here's the interesting thing to know. The people who made the original Sentai dubs are doing more now. They're doing 5-man next.
Wow.
So we're going to see a lot more dub Sentai seasons coming. Oh, no.
Duh!
Oh, come on.
I wouldn't mind
Oh, I didn't mean to throw that.
I wouldn't mind doing 5 Oscars. I'll say one thing. 5 yellow reminds me of Pretty for some reason. I don't know why. She just does.
Ow. Mm.
Ah.
I wouldn't mind giving Jetman a try though.
Jetman, I know, is fully dubbed, and you can actually watch it on the Shout Factory's website.
Wow.
Here's the interesting thing to know. Jetman was actually intended to be our first Power Ranger season.
Wow.
Mm.
But they held it off in favor of the Zhu Ranger Dino motifs. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much was probably a good thing that they did.
Yeah, I don't think Jetman would have really survived.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Just like Black Condor.
oh, God.
No, well, since I was a kid, then I'm pretty. I would be pretty confident that if I saw Power Rangers and all of them were birds, I would not be interested in it. But because they were dinosaurs, I was.
Mhm.
So if
Yeah,
they went,
dinosaurs was a big thing at that time.
yeah. So if they went, so because they went with what they did, that's why Power Rangers succeeded in America.
When AJ Rat and I were watching Sentai together back then, there was one episode where they actually recreated that scene where Black Condor got stabbed,
Oh, God.
and I had to show him the original for comparison.
Yep. Yeah, that final episode there where he was just about ready to attend their wedding and he didn't, and he dies at the last moment.
Mm.
Now he's been replaced with some green person.
In the manga versions of the Jetman
Yeah.
series, yeah.
It was green something. I forgot which bird it was.
I know when they did the Gokai's tribute to Jetman, they made it look like that all the members had retired after their days of doing that. Because I know that accordingly, Swan and Eagle, of
Hawk?
course, got married. Hawk, yeah.